Previously on, with everyone safe and conflicts over, Derek was able to enjoy a stress-free time with everyone. He played at being an instructor for Thomas's class, and even met the Odd Adventurers Guild leader. He grew closer to the old goblin, Merrick, and was finally able to take delivery of his highly sought-after chairs. He also learned that two of his closest friends, Raina and Jax, were going to have a baby, and he couldn't be more excited for them. Another exciting thing he found out was that Brandy had finally upgraded to her very own legendary class, and with some prodding in the right direction from Merrick, she had some epiphanies of her own. Derek also learned from Lyra, Avery's bonded companion, more about bonds between beasts and people, specifically dragonkin. This caused Derek to reevaluate his own bond with Sylvie, who he truly considers his family. After all that, Derek and Alana sought out an adventure of their own, where he learned that Alana had already filled all the requirements to ascend, and that the adventure was something she wanted to do before she ultimately had to leave. The two grew much closer during that time, and shared many things with one another. Eventually they moved on to the other continent, and Alana went back to her birth kingdom one last time to settle some scores. Even after all those years, Alana was able to find her old hiding spot in the echoing abyss. To her shock and elation, she found the only heirloom from her mother that remained. After a brief visit to her old cave, they moved on to face the Echoing Willow, the monster that haunted Alana for much of her younger years. With the help of Sylvie, Edgar, Tyron, and Avery, the tree was thoroughly defeated. Doing so led to a disruption in her old kingdom's training, but that was just a bonus. With the Willow dead and their adventure over, Derek and Alana returned to Sidaria. There, Alana made her final goodbyes to Stella, Avery, and everyone else, and they all watched as she accepted the ascension and disappeared. However, before she left, Derek made a vow to her that he would eventually find her once again, and then, who knows? They may go on a real date or something. Prologue. Dave. In a dark room, the silhouette of a humanoid figure slowly faded into existence. If Derek were to look at the figure, he would instantly recognize him as Dave. Once his figure was fully formed, Dave walked forward. He went through the room he appeared in, then into another. The new room had one central throne-like seat, which was surrounded on either side by smaller throne-like seats. Dave continued walking forward until he reached the middle seat, then sat. "Report," Dave said to nobody. However, as soon as he spoke, one transparent figure after another began appearing in many of the remaining seats. Finally, an elf at the side stepped forward and came before Dave. "Master Davenresh," the elf bowed. "It is as expected. The siren has met the requirements and advanced systems." "Tsk," Dave clicked his tongue. "How lucky can my brother be? What terrible timing." The elf shook his head. "What else?" "Well, before the siren advanced, she led a team to defeat the World Tree," the man replied. Dave held his arm up, causing a holographic screen to appear. After that, he punched in a few commands, then nodded. "I see," he said. "I guess my brother doesn't have all the luck after all." He continued to read something on his screen, then raised his brows. "The Origin system assisted again in awarding an achievement? Very good." "It did, sir," the other elf replied, "though I do not understand everyone's obsession with that man. You were well on your way. I do not understand why you decided to take that gamble." "Seraph," Dave said, and the elf before him bowed once again. "Let me ask you a question." "Yes, master?" Seraph asked. "Think of all the void-based users in the entire Origin system and below. How many can you name?" "Well, there's the Void Emperor and—" "And his subordinates?" "Yes." "Who else?" Dave asked. I can't think of